It is said that China is taking over the world. It is believed to be one of the most powerful economies in the world. People assume that since China is one of the richest countries, the Chinese language is bound to become a language of international trade, negotiations and business, sooner or later. No wonder more and more people all over the world want their children to learn Chinese. They hire Chinese nannies and make poor innocent creatures huff and puff, trying to memorize at least a dozen of those hideous sticks. You may say it's for their own good. But while the economy part of Chinese future is hard to argue with, the language part is far from being true. Having lived in China for 2.5 years, I can say for sure that Chinese will never become a new English. Why? First of all, both Chinese government and hopeful parents are really optimistic about the bright future of China, but extremely serious about learning English at the same time. They spend crazy money on native speakers not only in public schools but also in private tutoring companies. The government even has an annual plan where they inform how many thousands of new native speaking teachers they will employ each year. Why the obsession if Chinese is to take over the world? Secondly, Chinese love their country, but they prefer to study in international schools and get their degrees abroad. A huge number of students, mainly from wealthy families, spend at least $20,000 per semester to be able to study in international private schools. Even international kindergartens usually charge about $3,000 to $6,000 per semester. Moreover, working in an international company is also considered to be a blessing, and English is a must for such a job position. Thirdly, Chinese language is just too complicated to become widespread. In order to speak it fairly well, you need to know at least 5,000 to 7,000 characters and remember in which way you can combine them with other characters to form new words and sentences. However, that's not the hardest part. Pronunciation is extremely frustrating. Did you know that ma, 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 ma are 4 different characters with totally different meanings? They are weed, horse, mother, and a character to express questions. Besides, no matter how hard you try to copy the right tone, the majority of Chinese won't even try to understand you because your face is not Asian. Usually it takes years to master Chinese, and don't forget about the fact that business negotiations require a level of knowledge far above average. What's my relationship with the Chinese language? First, I was really excited about learning it, making flashcards, memorizing characters, ordering my cappuccino in Chinese. But it didn't last long. Not because I had no time, but since I knew that it's not my thing, and China is not the place where I see myself in the future. One of my friends said, if you need Chinese for work or want to live in China, go for it. But if it's just a kind of hobby, don't waste your time.